Guys, this is something I wish I knew in my 20s. The world is not here to make you happy, especially if you are a man. If you know that already, good. If you don't know that already, now you know. And guess what? There's a cure for everything, you know? And the only cure is there. You have to find your own heart. And when I say that, you have to dig so deep in the within that you can live from a place of love, which is radiant, which is joyful, which is peaceful. You know, a lot of times in life, we go around and we want certain things to happen to us in life so that we finally can say, oh, when this and this is happening, I'm finally happy. And I'm telling you, that is a very, very poor mindset spiritually spoken. Because now you're always in lack. If the world don't give you what you want, you deny yourself being joyful or happy. And the fact that you know that you can already be joyful and happy without getting any external, validation, if it's in form of a relationship, if it's in form of a job or financial status, traveling, whatever, that should make you think these emotion or these state of just being peaceful is already within you. And I remember one time I went to Ghana, and it was in a very interesting time of my life as a man. I constantly trying to evolve. I constantly trying to be the best version of myself. I met this guy on the beach in Ghana, and his name was Ibrahim. And we walked and talked for a little bit. And he turned over to me. He looked in my eyes, very friendly, and he said to me, "My brother, happiness is where your heart is." And I had goosebumps. I felt something, on my head. I felt like, because he spoke to my heart. He didn't spoke to my brain anymore. He spoke to my heart. And ever since, I understood that there's more to me than just my name, my job, my financial status, my girlfriend or my partner. There's a lot more to me. And I started to seek, for my own spirit or my own soul. And what I found was amazing. And I know that place is that's the highest place you can reach in this world, in this form. Of course, it's great. If life is blessing you, it's wonderful. Sometimes I do a great job. I'm happy. I travel, I see beautiful people around me or buy some nice clothes. All that is wonderful. And I'm not trying to take that away from you. I'm not trying to take your drive to become more in this world away from you. No, it's absolutely the opposite. I want you to start creating the life you want, but not for the need, much more for just the abundance which you already feel from the within. And that is also the best place to manifest your dreams. When you want to manifest something, manifestation, by the way, is real. Law of attraction is real. If you're trying to manifest anything in this life and you come from a place of lack, means that I don't have it, I want this, I want this. You constantly telling God or the universe that you are not already having it. And that certain energy functions with everything. It also functions with dating, man or woman. Is really, really real. And I give you another story. I remember that growing up, I always thought, I want to have a girlfriend, I want to have a partner who makes me happy, and so on and so on. And I dated not a lot, but I dated, a couple of women. And never, ever, any one of them made me happy on the long run. And, I look back and I might thought like, oh, it was them, or never worked out. Maybe it shouldn't have worked out, but what I know now is that there was something inside of me which was reaching and looking up to them to make me happy. And the first 6 months, the first year is always beautiful, honeymoon stage or what they call it. And then afterward, it seems like, oh, all the glamour is gone and all the love is gone and the routine kicks in. And it's not really that. It's just like let me say, you have a new toy. Your parents gift you a new toy on Christmas. You remember as a child, you play with it and you be like so excited for it. But after a month or after 2 months, you don't even look at the toy anymore. Because you started you played with it for so many times, it become boring to you. So now you want your parents to buy you a next toy and a next toy and a next toy and a next toy. But it's not the toy what is like constantly making you happy. Because the reason why we even chase all these things in the world and want all these circumstances in the world is because something inside of us is deeply like empty and we're trying to feel this hole, you know? And the same is like in relationships. If you're in a relationship for being in a relationship because you want your partner to constantly make you happy, I'm telling you what, my brother, my sister, you will always be in lack. And then when your partner's not doing what you expect them to do, you become angry and you become, you know, your peace is going away and you start worrying, you start becoming jealous or whatever your pain body may is. Is that a really growing up and loving relationship? Or is it more like your insecure self from the within is stretching to be fulfilled from something else? And that's why I say you gotta find the heart. Because what I know now is that the more and more I'm able to live from a place of an open heart, speak from a place of an open heart, I attract very, very interesting circumstances in my life. And of course, before you say, yeah, but it's not always possible to be happy or peaceful, it's not happy or peaceful. It's more like a stage of being. It is possible to be present from the within and whatever circumstance, because circumstances will always happen. Something bad will always happen. That is part of life. Life is here to grow you. You know, if everything always goes your way, there will be no way that you will grow. You know, so life will give you exactly what you need. But here's the difference: you could start by accepting things when they happen which you don't like too much. You know, it's hard sometimes. I know, I understand it. It's hard for me sometimes as well. Sometimes I don't get what I want and I'm like, ugh. But I remind myself to accept the what isness and then find a solution from a place of peace instead of from a place of, no, I need to like make this and this happen now or that and this. Otherwise, I can't live like that. You know, that is not you talking. That is your mind talking. Because who you really are, the observer of mind, can deal with everything. And that is what you need to know, how to become a powerful man. And there's techniques to this. You know, you got to be able to quieten the mind. And I give you one for today. I may do another video with more techniques how to calm the mind and the dialogue of the mind. But I start with one. I want you to go out every day for at least 10 minutes off your phone and everything. Limit distractions. And just sit somewhere peaceful. Don't have to be inside and in a still room, which is helpful, but it don't have to be like that. Sometimes you can even sit in the bus, in the train, in your car. Okay, in the car, not in the car, because you know you're driving, but you can just sit and while you wait for someone, maybe even in a coffee shop, you can just sit. Just 10 minutes. Take a deep breath. And you hold it. And you do it again. You do that 3 times. I want you to sit and wait for your next thought to arrive. And your mind will start talking. Say, what are you doing there? You can't sit around and just observe your mind. You got things to do. You got to create this. You got to do this. You got to do this. You are lazy. You can't just... Your mind will maybe do that. That is what my mind at first did. Why you just sit around there? You have no time to sit around. Yes, you do have that 10 minutes a day. You have that time. Because if I tell you there's a beautiful woman waiting for you and she's ready to go down with you, you know what I'm saying? I bet with you, you wait for 10 minutes. You can walk for 10 minutes. I bet with you. So don't take that excuse. Just take 10 minutes, maybe in the morning. Ideally in the morning and ideally for bedtime is great. Just 10 minutes. No phone, nothing. And observe your mind. If your mind starts shutting, you just don't interact with it. Don't answer back to it. Just one thought is happening. You're like, oh, the next thought is coming. The next. Maybe now your mind is already start quieting down. And you start to feel your own presence and your inner body. Maybe now you're so overwhelmed that you can feel so peaceful. You'll be like, wait, what is happening? No, just let it happen. Let it go. Maybe you start realizing that your heart is kind of opening up, you know? Because yes, you're opening your heart up. It's like you putting it in a cage, but then you open it up and you see the voices become more smooth, as if, you know? So yeah, go out there, 10 minutes a day. Let's go.